Good morning, everyone. Today's topic is for the beginners, those who are interested to have some basic knowledge of electricity. And our first topic today is workplace safety and procedures. And we'll start by definition of terms. And the first term we like to define is the term safety. So safety is a state in which hazards and conditions leading to physical, psychological, or material harm are controlled in order to preserve the health and well-being of individuals. Again, we define the term workplace safety. So workplace safety refers to policies and procedures put in place at work to ensure the safety and health of employees. Means to prevent accident not necessarily of electrical nature. It must be at all time be part and parcel of workplace procedures. Let's look at many causes of accidents in factories and workplaces. The first main cause of accident is carelessness. So when a task is performed often enough, it becomes familiar to the point at which boredom sets in. When this sets in, the original high standard begin to dwindle, and there is always an accident to that person or to an innocent fellow worker, which may be or may not be fatal. So you realize that carelessness is one of the causes of accidents in our workplaces. You assume that you've done a certain work for a certain period and that nobody can tell you anything about that whatever you're doing. You are terminating a socket while dancing. Terminate a socket while looking at the other side of the wall. Remember, these socket outlets are made by different companies. So where there's L is in a certain socket is not where there's L in another one. Or to be precise, where there's L in a power light socket is not where there's L in a Schneider socket outlet. So you really need to check that. Another cause of accidents is ignorance. In this case, ignorance doesn't mean lack of intelligence. Rather, it means lack of sufficient knowledge, or rather lack of sufficient technical knowledge to perform a task efficiently and to leave that task in a condition which is safe. Many tasks seem simple when done by an expert. Tasks should always be done under expert supervision. So you don't have any knowledge of electricity and you want to work up an electrical circuit. That is also called ignorance. Because you saw somebody replacing a socket, now you want to replace a socket when the circuit is live and you don't have any knowledge about it. This can cause an accident. Other causes of accidents include frustration and irritability, and frustration and irritability can be caused by maybe harassment by your supervisor, or coercion by your fellow worker. So you are doing an electrical work and already you've been harassed by the supervisor. So your level of concentration is interfered with. You might find you even terminating neutral on a live terminal, and again terminating the earth on a neutral terminal. You see that? Another one is horseplay. Horseplay are instances where you are working on a circuit and somebody is busy playing around with you. He kicks you and run away. Maybe he come and hangs on. Maybe if you have your girlfriend, he come and hangs on your neck, and you are working on an electrical circuit. Please, those are the main causes of accidents. The another one is lack of concentration, and the last one is thoughtlessness. You're just doing something even before you think. Like, how do you put a cooker circuit on a 10 amp circuit breaker, or maybe on a 20 amp circuit breaker? That is thoughtlessness. Okay, let's look at hazard identification. So hazards exist in all workplaces, and new hazards can be created in a changing environment. Hazards can be identified as poor work design, human behavior, materials and substances, inappropriate management systems, and procedures. The use of systematic approach is essentially to identify all possible hazards through anticipation or analysis. Employer should be consulted to ensure all hazards and risks are identified and control measures are appropriate to reduce the associated risks. Let's look at the classes of hazards. We have biological, this may be bacteria, fungi, or parasites. We have chemical, acids, cleaning agents, dust, fumes, etc. Environmental, this can be electromagnetic fields, this can be dust, noise, radiation, spillages, vibration. Behavioral, this is accident, bullying, error, discrimination, stress, or harassment. Physical, this can be crane, electricity, flares, heist, or ladders, lighting, manual handling, pressure vessels, stairs, and maybe work platforms. Hazard identification and risk control document must be produced for all of the above hazards in a workplace. Points to consider when working or with electricity, since it's a health hazard. Remember, electricity is a health hazard, so there are points you really need to consider before you start working on an electrical circuit. 1. Never work on a live equipment unless a special live test is required, for which you will need to be an experienced and competent person. If you know that if you don't have any basic knowledge about electricity, please don't work on a live circuit. And if you are to do so, then you should work under a live circuit under an expert supervision. That's 1. 2. Always ensure using a approved test instrument and that the equipment is dead. Never use your fingertips. There are some instances where that you use your hands to test if is there power here. Please stop that. You're using your fingerprints to test where there is power. How? Please always make sure you use approved test lamps to test where there is power. Number 3. Never accept another person's word that a circuit is safe to work on. Always check or test. Don't be told that, hey, I've removed the fuses, the circuit's okay, please climb pole, do your work, and you don't question. Please, when an individual has just told you that the circuit is dead, please test. Test using a test lamp or test using a live line test before you carry any other job. Number 4. Ensure that all supply to equipment to be worked on are isolated at the appropriate places and locked off, if possible, and that all supply fuses are removed and retained in a safe place. Place caution men at work, notices, at a position of isolation, or rather you put safety ribbons. Number 5. If work is to be carried out on a dead circuit or equipment which is adjacent to live supplies, ensure that barriers are used to define safe areas or danger live apparatus notices are placed on all adjacent to live equipments. Okay? Steps to consider for isolation of supplies. 1. Identify the circuit equipment to be worked on. That's 1. Number 2. Ensure that it is safe or convenient to switch off. Number 3. Isolate the supply. Number 4. Using an appropriate voltage indicator,